touch on you more and more every time. When you leave, I'm begging you not to go. Call your name 2-3 times.
Those big movies around 15th Street are cool. I love New York on summer afternoons when everyone's away. There's something very sensuous about it. Overripe, as if all sorts of funny fruits were going to fall into your hands.
Where are we going?
How about the movies?
It's so hot. You go. We'll ride around and meet you at the corner. I'll be the man smoking 2 cigarettes.
We can't argue about it here. You follow me to south side of Central Park in front of the plaza.
It's a swell suite you got here.
Yeah.
Open another window.
There aren't any more.
Well, we better telephone for an axe.
Forget about the heat. It gets 10 times worse by crabbing about it.
You let her alone, old sport. You're the one that wanted to come to town.
I'll pick it up.
Oh, don't worry about it, old sport. I'll pick it up.
That's a great expression you got there, isn't it?
What is?
That old sport business. Where'd you pick that up?
Now see here, Tom. I'm not going to stay here a minute longer with your personal remarks. Call up for some ice for the mint juleps.
Imagine marrying in this weather.
Still, I married in the middle of June. Louisville in June. Wasn't there someone who fainted? Who was it, Tom?
Bloxy.
A man named Biloxi. Biloxi. He made boxes. He was from Biloxi, Mississippi. Boom. And that's fact.
They carried him to my house because we lived 2 doors down from the church. And then he stayed 3 weeks. And the day after he left, my daddy died. There wasn't any connection.
I used to know Bill Biloxi from Memphis.
We're getting old. If we were young, we would rise and dance. He was not. I've never seen him before. He came in a private car.
Well, he said he knew you. He said you grew up with him in Louisville and that you raised him like a bird.
He was probably bumming his way home. He told me he was president of your class at Yale.
Biloxi, first of all, we didn't even have a president at Yale. By the way, Mr. Gatsby, I heard you're an Oxford man.
Not exactly.
Oh yes, I understand you went to Oxford.
Yes, I went there.
You must have went there the year that Biloxi was there.
I told you I went there.
I heard you, but I'd like to hear when.
I went there in 1919. I only went for 5 months. That's why I can't call myself an Oxford man. It was an opportunity they gave some of the officers after the armistice. We had the chance to go to any university in England or France.
Open this whiskey, Tom, and I'll make you a mint julep so you don't seem so stupid.
Wait a minute. I want to ask Mr. Gatsby one more question. Why are you trying to start a row in my house?
He isn't causing a row, you're causing a row. Can't you have some self-control?
Self-control? I bet the latest thing now is to watch Mr. Nobody from Nowhere make love to my wife. Well, if that's the idea, count me out. Nowadays, families are even looking at my family life as uncivilized as interracial marriage between black and whites.
We're all white here.
I know I'm not very popular, and I don't give big parties. I suppose you've got to make my house into a pigsty in order to have friends over in the modern world.
I've got something to tell you, old sport.
Don't, please. We all should just go home. Why don't we just go home?
She doesn't love you. She never loved you. She loves me.
You must be crazy.
She never loved you. She only married you because I was poor and she was tired of waiting. It was a terrible mistake. She always loved me. Daisy!
Stay here, Daisy. You sit down here and tell me what's happening. I want to hear.
I already told you what's going on. It's been going on for five years.
5 years?
5 years?
No, I'm not seeing. We weren't able to meet, but both of us loved each other the whole time. I used to laugh at you sometimes for actually believing that this was going on.
Oh, that's it? You must be crazy. You can't talk about 5 years ago because I didn't even know Daisy 5 years ago. And to think, I'll be damned if you even got in a mile range of Daisy unless you were bringing groceries to her back door. She's always loved me. She does though. The trouble of it is that sometimes she just gets foolish in the head and gets a little confused. But really, I love Daisy. I know I have my little flings and become a fool, but who cares because I always come back and I still do love Daisy and she loves me.
You're revolting. Do you know why we left Chicago? I'm surprised they didn't share that story with you.
It's okay, Daisy. It's all over now. All of that stuff doesn't matter. Just tell them the truth that you don't love it and it'll all be wiped away forever.
Who are you anyhow? I know you and Wolfshine just hanging around and I'm going to look more into my investigations tomorrow.
You can shoot yourself on that, old sport.
I found out what your drugstores were. He and Wolfshine bought up a lot of side street drugstores here in Chicago and sold grain alcohol over the counter. That's one of his little stunts. I picked him up for a bootlegger the first time I saw him. I wasn't far wrong.
What about it? I guess your friend Walter Chase wasn't too much about it.
And you left him in the lurch. He went to Jersey for 1 month in jail, and now he can't even talk about you.
He came to us dead broke, old sport.
Don't call me old sport. Walter could have put you up in the betting laws too, but Wolfsheim scared him into shutting his mouth. And I know that drugstore business is just small change, but you've got something on now that Walter is afraid to tell me about.
Please, Tom, I can't stand this no more.
You go, Daisy, in Mr. Gatsby's car. I bet he won't annoy you, and I think he knows that his presumptuous little flirtation is over now. Want any stuff? Jordan? Nick? Jordan?
What?
Want any?
Oh, no. I just remembered. It's my birthday.